Wait. Oh, I think we should, again, look into very inexpensive flooring for the gym as well, even though we're getting the air conditioning fixed. I mean, the stuff you roll out, the plastic flooring, but I think it's time that be addressed, because it's very shabby looking.
Okay.
So I'd like to add
What
that.
kind of floor would you like?
I have not been to Lowe's or Home Depot to look, but the kind you really literally roll out, and, I mean, something a weekend can do.
Well,
I haven't been in there. Is the floor, what's the floor in there made of now? Is
it's
it
a
like
rubber, so people, they're exercise, and I think they don't slip. So I tell you what, since you brought it up, figure out what kind of floor you want.
Fine.
There's could be tile, which of course no, but I'm saying there's the fake wood plastic flooring now.
Okay.
Figure out what you want,
Fine.
and then let us know.
Bring it to the next meeting.
Well, we may, let's see, we have somebody who comes to this property who does flooring very well. Let's see how much it costs.
A better suggestion than going around to floor places, or also go to the gyms. They know what,
Okay, our gym is so small.
but they know what keeps liability down
Okay.
and that is healthy.
Who did you say knows flooring? What do you?
We have a vendor that works at River Shores that he does flooring. So I could get a bid from him. If it's not much, figure out, because he's gonna say, what kind of flooring do you want? And I'm not gonna know what to say, so
Okay.
He might have a recommendation if he
Well,
does
even
flooring.
Jack, and I had to bring up the past, but he said, I could do this on a weekend. Like, this is nothing. So, all
That was
right.
good, yeah.
And then, one more thing,
Instead he
sorry.
moved.
One more quick thing that's immediate. We are late on our renewal for the pool. Our
We are? Gee, I
Permit.
paid that.
state of Florida, unless, well, then the new one hasn't been posted.
Oh, maybe the new one hasn't been posted. I think it may be up in the office. No,
Okay,
it has been renewed.
Okay, fair, fine.
I want to bring something up too.
What is that?
It's 30 days late for operating permit for our pool.
No, it's been paid. They
Okay,
paid
it's
it
been
in-
paid and it's
Where
been
does it get
updated.
posted? I'm just
It's
curious.
posted on the court board right here.
Oh, right here.
Mhm. Go ahead.
I have nothing more. We're adjourning.
I'd like to bring up the state of the parking lot paving, and I'd also like to bring up the state of this clubhouse. I mean, I don't think any of our homes have doors that look like that, or closets with the dirt all around them. And I mean, I really do think it's deplorable.
What dirt? What do you
Look
say?
at that door, that entranceway door. Look at all the handles around here and these back closets. I mean, this is the railings along here, the marks, the dirt. I wouldn't live in a home like that. So I don't understand why this is in that kind of shape.
It's housekeeping.
You know, you need projects. Assessments are not the end of the world. If you own a home, you have to spend money for the upkeep. You know, you can't always run
Absolutely.
everything on a shoestring.
Yeah,
Thanks, David.
thank you.
It could probably just be cleaned.
Eh,
Well, it needs to be repainted.
Or painted, but it still have to be cleaned before it was painted.
Correct.
Is there any progress on the roadways, the parking lot and roadways?
Dave was just asking.
So that you're talking about the paving, David just asked about that.
I am waiting for a bid,
Okay, fine. Thank you.
so we'll see what happens with that. I haven't gotten it yet.
Did you call the guy in Miami that you used for your front, the front? The same guy, I called him and, remember?
The paving guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the best one that gave us the price
He
the
came
last
out
time.
and
Yes.
looked at our,
Yes,
stuff,
he
too.
informed me of that.
oh, good.
So,
All right.
and how it's going to be done is, the bill is going to be separated for the Middle River Club and River Shores. Because normally, I would just bill it back, because part of the roadway is a Middle River Club feature. That's why I want to see where we are with these projects before we keep jumping into them.
Okay.
So if the roadway is done, I cannot promise it's going to be done. I'm going to try and get it done. Because you realize what has to be done, the entrance all the way around. It's not the work, it's not the money, it's getting those cars out of there. That is the problem. When we did the trees, I had to have 4 cars towed. So we cannot hold a vendor up when he or she is on the property doing work. It's not
understand.
right. So it would have to be done in 2 phases. We don't know if you're going to do it. So as soon as I get the information, I had all intentions of passing it on to both buildings, because he did inform me, he did speak with you, and he did inform me he spoke with River Bend. Though the only thing is, I don't know what his status is with both of your buildings.
I can tell you, he never sent us an estimate or anything. He did come out, I did walk around with him, but he never sent me an estimate or anything.
Yes. Do you know if John was involved in that in any way?
Yes, he
Yes.
was. He
Oh,
walked with
okay.
us.
Yeah, he and
That's
I,
fine.
we walked around with
Okay.
him.
So.
And
all
he
right.
said the price of, because gasoline is so expensive, the price of whatever you use.
Tar.
Yeah,
The
it's-
oil.
It's different every single day and it's going up.
It's okay, you know,
by the minute.
I wanted to do it a few years ago. A lot of things should have been done. We would not be having these conversations today if it would have been done the way I
May
wanted
ask
to
you,
do
do they
it.
do it over a weekend or no? Have you ever noticed a company that works on the weekends, or do they only do
The
it?
parking lot?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I mean, what do you think? That's probably going to be well over a week.
They would have to do it most likely in sections to accommodate the parking and so forth, so that, you know, we could
It's not
collaboratively
painting
figure
it.
it out.
I'm talking new asphalt.
Right.
So they have to lift what is
take
there.
out the old. Mhm.
Yeah, so they have to have the trucks coming in and out,
Right.
and the cars have to be moved, Jesus help us all. And it's, and then they have to restripe it, and the bumpers have to be, they have to go through all, I'm actually thinking maybe 2 weeks. So it will have to be done by September, the end of September, because everybody starts coming down. But we will have to work together.
Absolutely.
Meaning that if they are doing River Terrace, because how he would probably, I'm guessing, I'm not the vendor doing this. He's going to probably start off in Heather
The
and
band.
work his, well, I don't know.
We're definitely interested in paving. All
Yeah,
said
I
is
don't
he
know
didn't
that
s-
he's willing to do what he's willing to do. I don't know.
Well, if we do the entire complex at the same time, we can figure out how much each of us are supposed to pay. Like for River Bend, we pay our portion, and then we contribute to the parts that we use as well.
Correct.
And that's fine. The Bend is willing to do that.
When we
Okay.
had met with him, he said, I would start here because they don't want the heavy trucks and the equipment. You work
Yeah.
your way out.
So, right now, again, the baby step is, I got him out here, I spent some time with him discussing all the little nooks and crannies of the problems, and he did indicate he had spoken to both buildings. So, let me get our bid, then I'll let you know, and then you can see what you all want to do. They would be individual bills, obviously, for your 2 buildings. That has nothing to do with River Shores. But obviously, logically, if he was to do, say, River Bend, he would just start coming and just do it all in one sweep, but obviously in sections because of the parking problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it probably would save us some money, but I don't know. I did not get that far in the conversation with him. So I must get 3 bids. So I wanted to see his bid first. We're in mid-August now, so I have to move with this.
Question, on the River Bend property, correct me if I'm wrong, along the fence, we have several palm trees that are now growing up through the blacktop, growing into the fence, some, I think, into the fence and on our side, and I think some are also on the church's side. And those are weeds that came up and nothing was taken care of. So are we gonna dig those out and take those out of there so the fence doesn't get damaged? And now the electric is just above some of those. So I think that's a priority to do before we blacktop. So then You get what I'm saying?
I'm not sure.
No, I'm not
I understand what you're
familiar.
saying, but I'm not sure what that has to do with the blacktopping in front of the building.
The blacktop along the fence where we drive.
Let's talk afterwards. You can show it to me.
Yeah, because that has to be, those trees have to come out, so the weeds. And then you can blacktop, and so it's all done.
It's better to walk the farm and point things out.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the other place, Tony, that I got a quote from our parking lot. It was called Nickel something, and it's local. It's in like Pompano. Something, I'm trying to look, I'll give it.
One was called, I want to say the Silver something.
No, it's Nickel.
I tell you what, when you think of it, send me an email. We can get the 3 bids from the
But-
same 3 companies.
Right.
If, I guess you're planning on doing the driveway as well.
We want to desperately.
We want to do it all at once.
So
Yeah.
I'm just giving you information that I would have no option this time because the cars must be physically moved. So let's say they start with River Bend, of course, park anywhere you want. You'd have to figure out with the vendor his way of doing it, not me. I just have to enforce it. So then as they're coming, so let's say they're not finished over in River Bend and some people from River Shores parks there, you have to be willing to get rid of the car, tow the car out of there, because you cannot hold the vendor up.
I understand.
You understand that?
We've
So,
been able to move cars before. People have been able to do that.
yeah?
Haven't they, when we've done?
I just said when we were trimming the trees,
You had
I had
4
to have
cars
4
towed.
cars.
I understand.
Yeah, that's not unusual. I was.
Right, it's not in you, that's all I'm
Yeah.
It
saying.
has to be done.
It has to be done.
You mentioned that a couple of times, but I lived in a very large community with very big parking lots, and they were able to achieve it in 1 week. I don't think you'll have any more problems than the 1 week. There will be towing, it's expected.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
that's my point. That's my conversation with them.
Absolutely.
Is to, are you willing to?
I
that's-
agree with you, yes.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
that's the conversation.
Yeah, again, and if we put out enough notice,
Yeah.
people that are physically able to park further, like the bank, like St. Mark's,
Eh.
I would be more than happy to, you know what I mean? Adjust and give up
Yeah,
my
I
spot.
get it.
And I'm assuming this is,
For someone
It's
who
gonna be
can't.
inconvenient for everybody.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
assuming this may be a bigger problem for River Shores than for, I don't know about River Terrace, but for River Bend. But there are a number of individuals or unit owners that leave cars here when they go away.
Correct.
Unless we have a spare key in their unit to their car, we're gonna have to tow their car.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, so you're willing to
Yeah.
do all that, that's the key.
It happens.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
okay, no,
I'm
that's
just
the
thinking for me in
question.
general, I know I have a few unit owners that aren't there, that their cars are there.
Okay.
Me too.
I don't know if I
So
have.
I'm telling
car
you to
key.
pre-plan, this is
Yeah.
why it's not the project, it's not the
Right.
money, it's the problem getting the project done. You
And the
see?
notification to all the
Absolutely.
residents.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I trim the
That's not
trees,
most.
I'll give you an example. I got, Steve, the car was there, Steve knocked on the door, and to a unit owner, and she said she didn't know about the notice. Of course, how many did emails, and of course it was posted. So she wrote, or she called and says, I need to send her a text or knock on her door, or call
Or
her,
a phone
excuse me.
call.
Or a phone call, thank you. So again, you have 49, you're not too bad, but I'm letting you know, ultimately, when the vendor is there,
I get it,
they all
I
must
get
be
it.
this way, and then we all go that way, and we all have to be paying attention. The problem is some of us do not have an attention span.
We don't have GPS or we don't have computers. I don't have a computer. You know,
Oh.
things happen. So,
Oh my God, I couldn't live with that one.
right.
Okay.
So there has to
Okay.
be a more, and we have a lot of seniors in our complex too, that are not computer savvy. So we have to
Well, then
figure
there's a
out-
posted notice. It's not like, or,
Yeah, we posted on the elevators, on the, never look at that.
yeah, or somebody will rip it down
Yeah.
from the,
Correct. No,
yeah,
I know.
so they're
It's a-
behind the glass,
Right,
all the
it's a
official
horrible
notice.
process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we have to be cognizant of what is rather than, and again, I'm moving in that baby step thing. So when you get a moment, and you can figure out what that paving company you have. I'll call them.
Triple nickel.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
They come to you when you weren't thinking of it.
Okay, are we all done? I think this went fairly well
Motion to
considering.
adjourn.
Thank you, and it's now
Second the motion.
11:54 by board acclamation.
Great, thanks.
Thank you. I can give you the number.